perfectly honest, I don't know a lot about Concord Charlie. I just know that they've done it for 33, this is the 33rd year. And every year the president checks and sees whether he sees a shadow or not, and lets us know whether we're going to have more winter.
Well, we have a lot of events that bring us together. Obviously, our cultural events, our town social at the beginning of the year. But this is a very special day. We're in the middle of a winter. It's early February, and we come together and break bread, share our friendship, swap stories, and tell tales about Concord Charlie. And we have just a great time and a lot of fun.
When I found out I was going to do this, I thought I'd ask a couple people who had been up here before me some ideas, suggestions. So I talked to 3 different people that I kind of trust their opinion. One of them was Dale Geiger. I'm sure some of you know who that is. He said, get up there and be quick. Don't worry about it. I talked to Kevin O'Sullivan, and he said, just speak freely, be yourself, tell a story. That was good. And then I talked to Ron Berger, which I know some of you guys know him, but I can't really repeat what he said. My roots are here. My family, they're all here. My mom, dad, my fiance. Concord was just the perfect choice. It was along about '96. I decided to move to Chicago because it was a bigger market, and I thought, well, I can learn a lot of stuff if I go there. So I started working for Jenny Jones. I know a lot of you guys know that glamorous TV show, but I started working there, and then I started doing extra work on the side. And I just kept doing all this stuff. And finally one day I got a call, and it was from somebody on the film High Fidelity, and they wanted me to be John Cusack's stand-in. So I started doing that. We worked for like 59 days straight, and did all this work. And those of you who don't know what a stand-in is, a stand-in is kind of the guy who just stands there. If John Cusack has to jump in the mud, I had to do it 20 times. You just keep jumping in the mud, so they got the camera, so that when he come in, he looked good and clean, jumped in the mud one time, got in the truck, and drove off. So I did that for 59 days. And at nighttime, I would, go do my other jobs. Well, one night I had stacking bags of fertilizer. Again, it was for a company called Vigoro, and stacking these bags of fertilizer at like 1 o'clock in the morning at Home Depot, and this manager, he's just standing there with his hands on his hips, and he's just looking at me, and I'm like, this is the only time I got to do it, so I just kept doing it, and he never would say anything. So finally he goes, son, are you wearing makeup? And I remember it was just like, I just kept, because I didn't really have the time to explain it. I went back into the men's room, and it looked like my face had just melted. And the thing about sand is you got to be the same color. And Cusack, for any of you that know, he's real fair complected. So I had put all this, makeup on to make me white, and it just looked like my face had melted. But I remember looking in the mirror going, I don't have to tell this guy why I'm doing it. Just something clicked, and I went like, I'm an actor. To speak on film, you have to have a union card, and to get your union card, you have to speak. So it's kind of a tricky catch-22. Stephen Frears, the director who directed Dangerous Liaisons, he's like, Scott, did you speak? And I'm like, well, yeah, I did. What'd you say? I said 3. And he's like, well, very good. So I was like, yes. What I mean? So I didn't know what to expect. And when I walked out, they had this lady from SAG was there. She had these contracts, and I signed them and everything. And I was like, right, I'm in. I'm a union actor. And I get home that night, and I'm like, I got $1,200 worth of union dues due, and all this.
Thanks for those remarks. As you spoke, I found myself thinking about a lot of parallels between his experience as an actor and mine as a president. I can tell you, my staff wish I had a union card before I could speak. I can assure you that. We do work late at nights, and we've been known to move a lot of maneuver at times. We work with a lot of great people here, and we're really pleased to have you, and thank you for your remark. I have a dilemma. I have not been able to reach the Concord Charlie. I went by his bureau this morning. I left a message. I texted him, went to his Facebook, I tweeted him. And we've been in touch over the last few days because we were trying to line this up. And he gave me a couple of updates. Charlene is still working with him. And as you can see, Charlie put on a few pounds. He's got his sweatband on, but he's working on his elliptical training, and he says he can't jog anymore because his knees are really hurting. He did tell me that his kids are doing pretty well. And I've got my phone on. I normally don't do this when I'm speaking, but I've asked him to text me because I've got, we've got about 4 more minutes before we've got to go, and I haven't heard whether he saw a shadow or not. So I'm going to fill in a couple of things while I'm hoping I hear from Charlie soon. Charlene said he's eating more fiber, which is good. You know, when Dr. Beasley was instrumental in telling me not only where his burrow was, but you know how to find him. So there's a little pine tree right next to his burrow. If you sit there very quietly on the morning of February 2nd, he will come out and chat with you. And Jerry, I was there this morning, and I don't know, maybe I didn't text him. He didn't charge his phone last night. I'm not sure what it is, but I have yet to talk to him. The twins are now seniors at Burrow High, and they're doing very well. They say they're studying for the ACT and they want to come here. I hear they want to major in wildlife management, but we'll wait till they get here and we'll counsel them. Carl, the oldest son, is back from Afghanistan where he was in underground communications, and he said he's very happy for that. He said on West Virginia soil, but I think he meant in West Virginia soil. And you know, Caroline, the baby, is in 5th grade, and she's doing well as always. You know, so maybe that may be him now. Well, that's my wife saying you've heard from Concord Charlie. No, I have not. I did, in a previous conversation and text to him, I found out what his New Year's resolution was. Concord Charlie said he wanted to live forever. So the next day I texted him and asked him how that resolution was going, and he texted back, he said, well, so far so good. And there we are, trying to wait to see if I hear from Concord Charlie. I actually went on the webpage last night to see if I could find some groundhog jokes if I had to, you know, fill something in. So I found one. It was on the greatest Groundhog Day jokes webpage. You should find it on the web. It says, "What's green, has 4 legs, and jumps out of a hole on February 2nd? It's ground frog." I'm filling in. I'm doing my best. And oh yeah, and Charlie said he got some tarp money, and he's insulated his burrow, and he's very appreciative of that. So well, I have one more. The little boy in the 3rd grade, teacher asked him if he could spell the word weather, and he spelled it W-E-K-J-O-F. And the teacher looked at him and says, "Johnny, that's got to be the worst spell of weather we've had here in years." Thank you very much. Now you know why I need to get a union card to speak, right? Oh, it's from Concord, Charlie. "My dear Dr. A, we had this affectionate bond. I did not see my shadow. Spring will be here soon, Concord Charlie." Oh, there it is. Thank you for coming, and I have 7 more jokes. If anybody, I'll be over here after. Thanks for coming and sharing this morning with us. You guys have a great day, and wait for this wonderful spring to get here. And thanks for sharing this moment in Concord. Scott, thank you for your remarks. Thanks for the donation of land, and it's good seeing everybody today. Have a good day. Thank you.